What's up guys, Zeo here from the FallenRedZeo bringing you more Funko Pops. This time we have the Marvel 80th anniversary set of the first appearance X-Men. So again, these X-Men are going back to the X-Men #1 from 1963. So they have the original X-Men outfit and their names and powers and stuff with this version. So again, very cool. I was super excited to get this because I absolutely love the X-Men and stuff, and especially that of original X-Men #1. So I was super excited when they released these. I was like, I have to get these so bad. So first off, we got Cyclops, Marvel Girl, and Iceman, as well as Beast, Angel, and went him through in the Wolverine as well, since it's his first appearance version as well, since this is our first appearance of X-Men characters and stuff. He wasn't in that comic, so he doesn't really belong with it, but again, it's his first appearance, so I went ahead and threw him in there. So I'm super excited for these 6 figures. They all look super cool and everything. I'm super excited that they made them and that I was able to get them and everything, and I'm excited to open these and check them out. So let's go ahead and do that. But before we do, don't forget that subscribe button down below, leave a thumbs up for me, any comments you have down below. And we also want to start a new video series here on the channel called Ask Awesome Nerd Show. So I want you to go ahead and ask any comments you have down below or anywhere on social media or email, anything you want to do. We have all the links down in the description. Just go ahead and ask a question. It could be anything nerdy related, anything about life. If it's appropriate and everything, we'll answer it in a video once we get enough questions. I want you to use hashtag AskANS, so Ask Awesome Nerd Show, so I know you want your question towards that series. And once again, once we get so many, we'll go ahead and shoot the video. And I want you to just ask any question. Could be about movies, TV show, pop culture, anything nerdy related. Like as a key example that I always like to use is the classic of who would win between Superman and the Incredible Hulk, like in a fight, who would win. So questions along those lines, like nerdy stuff, but it can be just pretty much just about anything, especially if you see something here on the channel and you want to ask something related to that. So like comic, Funko, toy collecting, Dragon Ball, Star Wars, Power Rangers, wrestling, whatever you want to do, just go ahead and ask a question about it. And again, once we get so many piled up, we'll go ahead and then do videos on it, and then hopefully do a weekly series after that, because that's one thing I've always wanted to do on this channel, is to answer nerdy questions. So go ahead and do that in the comments and wherever you want to down below. Again, all the links are down in the description. Go ahead and do that. Ask ANS. So let's go ahead and get into the video. So we're starting off here with Cyclops, and before I do want to show, I have this little canvas picture here of the X-Men #1 issue, so you can see what the characters are going to look like. So of course, Angel, Beast, Marvel Girl, Cyclops, and Iceman down there at the bottom. So the original 5 X-Men characters there that started off the whole team. Of course, they're fighting off against Magneto. It'd be cool if they had a Magneto to go with this set as well, but it's pretty cool. We see all the characters there. So again, they look very basic versions of themselves, so nothing too drastic or detailed about it, and they're kind of stripped down versions that get more detailed as time went on and everything. But starting off with Cyclops series, pretty much the same as always. His name is Scott Summers, but in the comic they refer to him as Slim Summers because he's supposed to be tall and skinny and everything, and he has the same powers of the optic blast shooting out of his visor. So he's got the visor there, of course all red, that shoots the optic blast out of it. But their costume, as they'll all have, is like a darkish blue-green color. It looks blue in the camera, but to me in real life it's like a bluish green color. It's hard to tell though, with the yellow on it. Of course, the X-Men logo there for Professor Xavier, the founding member of the X-Men. Obviously we all know the story of the X-Men and everything. So the X there on the belt, then of course the yellow shirt over the top, the trunks and the boots and gloves there of the yellow going on with the blue as well. So we get the classic look of the X-Men there, so pretty cool for that. And so Scott's, you know, considered the leader of the X-Men and everything, as he is usually and stuff. He's the team leader of the group and everything, and I just think it looks super cool. Most of these characters do have bases. He doesn't have too many issues, but of course with the bobblehead it always kind of makes them top heavy, but he stands pretty well. There is one character I wish had a base but doesn't, but looks pretty good overall. Not too many paint issues or anything, but beyond that he's pretty basic. I mean, he has the little ears off on the side, of course no mouth and stuff, no pop eyes because of his visor and stuff, but looks pretty cool. I like that they put him in battle stances instead of the old like pop version where they're just, you know, arms down to the side and stuff. So he's in a battle stance and everything, you know, with his fists ready to fight and stuff, and of course bracing for his optic blast to shoot out and stuff. So pretty cool there for Cyclops. Then we got the newest member of the team, Marvel Girl, at this point, and so this is obviously Jean Grey, but at the time she was known as Marvel Girl, and the only power she really had at the time was telekinesis, so that she didn't have any of the other additional powers that we find out later on, which is kind of as she grows older and stuff, she gets more powers, you know, leading to the whole Phoenix Force saga and stuff. But again, pretty similar outfit to Scott, so but we see her eyes this time, so she has the pop eyes, of course, with the eyelashes coming off to signify it's a girl, and I like her hair flowing down out of the back of her hood there and stuff, so she's got her red hair flowing down right there. And then again, she has the X-Men costume on, the yellow and blue X belt, and then she's again in like a fighting sense there to, you know, to use her hand out, you know, to control stuff with telekinesis, as we saw in the picture, attacking Magneto and everything. And again, she has a base on it, which I like because yeah, she's really top heavy, so the base, she does stand without it, but the base really helps steady her and stuff, so she won't fall over now with that base on. So pretty nice there for a Marvel Girl. And then we've got Iceman, which doesn't look as similar to his his comic version, but it's still, I like the, I think they did a really good job. But we've got Bobby Drake here, Robert Drake, Bobby Drake for short, and he's the Iceman. And so his look was originally described as a snowman, which if you saw the picture, he was just completely white. So he should be all of this here, but they went ahead and made him translucent throughout the body and stuff, which I think looks really nice, but it looks more like a modern Iceman than it does the original comic version. So as you can see, he's got the pop eyes, the nose and stuff, and I like the translucent color. So it's almost like the hair up top is what is white and stuff, but again, this is what he should all be. He's got the ears there on the head and everything, and then of course at the upper body he's got the white as well, and then translucent from there down to his feet and stuff. You can completely see through him there, and I like how he has this whole slide thing. So that's one thing Iceman does. He shoots out these ice slides and stuff, so it allows him to slide around and move around and stuff, which he's doing there. And then he also has a snowball in his hand, which is a part of his original powers. He didn't change much over time. He could freeze people, do these like ice sleds things, so he could form ice. But one of his like biggest power things that he'd fight with, which if you saw in that picture against Magneto, was he would throw snowballs. So of course not very good at travel and stuff, but that's just what he would do with his powers and stuff. But again, I think they made it look cooler overall. Then, like I said, it should just be this all white all over, but I think it looks cooler with the translucent. It looks super cool and stuff, and I like the sled and everything. But I think they kind of made a compromise of adding more coolness to the figure as well, but still cool for Iceman. And then we got my favorite character of Beast here, and again, looks very different from the Beast we're used to and stuff, because early on he did not have the blue skin and fur. He was just a normal human, just had bigger limbs and hands and stuff, as you can see, so he had more ape-like features. And then he was like an incredible athlete and stuff, and a star football player and everything, and so he had a lot of speed and strength and agility and everything to go along with that. But then of course, with knowing how Beast is, he also had superhuman intellect, so that kind of made him, you know, he had all the agility and muscles and athletic ability, but he was also a super smart person, so it kind of like fit all together there. But again, I like this look of Beast and stuff again in the X-Men outfit, so nothing too special, blue with the yellow X belt and stuff, but you can see his hands and feet sticking out, and he's got all the fur, so he was a hairier man, so he had, you know, the hair there on his feet and legs there all over his hands and knuckles and stuff, so he was a very hairy person, giant feet, giant hands and stuff. That's, you know, added to his Beast version, but beyond that, nothing too special about it. I like him in his crouched down position. Of course, a classic thing we see with Beast, he's always kind of crouched down a little bit and stuff, so I like that a lot. And again, they added a base. He doesn't need it. He's like one character that doesn't need it. He's pretty sturdy without it, but they included it for no reason. But again, it just adds that little extra stability going into him there, but that's pretty dang cool there for Beast. And our last member of the X-Men here is Angel. So again, another cool looking figure. Again, basic design and stuff, so nothing too special. Looks same as all the other characters except for his angel wings coming out of the back. So this is Warren Worthington is his real name and stuff. Again, another member of the X-Men, and like I said, same body, so blue and yellow X belt, everything same as normal, but he has the angel wings coming out the back, so he has these feathered wings that allow him to fly around and everything. And he also has hollow bones, which, you know, just similar to a bird, allows him to fly easier. So it's very much like a bird style character and stuff, and so that was his power, was flying. So again, with these original X-Men, they didn't have a lot of powers. They just had like usually one thing, and that's all they did. And so his was flying, and of course they have the ability to fight and stuff as well. But yeah, flying was his specialty and stuff. And so I like that they added the base on here to make him fly up in the air and stuff. And I just like that a lot, to make him lift up off the ground. Again, I like the positions he's in and stuff. It very much like, it looks like he's in a fighting position. Everything looks very good here for Angel. And of course, the last one from Incredible Hulk 181, we have the first appearance of Wolverine. And this is the character I've had issues with, that it does not come with a base, doesn't have a hole or anything, so I can't like transfer one of the character's base over. But he is kind of shaky and stuff and has fallen down, so his feet are a little off balance. He does stand, but if a little bit of a shake comes along, he will fall over, so I have to be careful with that. But here we got the first appearance of Wolverine. Looks like, you know, pretty much similar to the classic Wolverine, not too much different, but at this point in time, obviously the mask is the biggest difference that we see with him. As you can see, he has these smaller ears or fins coming off the side of his head and stuff. He has that come into the black nose, and then the whiskers coming off the side again to give that Wolverine animal style look to it and stuff. So I like that a lot, but other than that, just yellow. So pretty much the only difference we see later on is that his fins become much bigger, and then the whiskers off the side of the face disappears. Pretty much the only thing that's different with this version of Wolverine. But then we've got his classic, what they call like tiger stripe body and stuff. So the yellow outfit with the blue details. So we have the blue shoulder pads up top, the blue gloves and blue boots, blue trunks, red belt, and then the tiger stripes of black there on the shoulders and the sides of him. So again, very classic look there, and it looks super cool. I like this version a lot. I always think the mask looks funny, but that's just because that was his first appearance and everything. But in this version of Wolverine, is James Howlett, and he was created like a super soldier. so you know, like the whole Captain America thing. But this was before Weapon X and everything. He was created by Department H, which is a Canadian government group and stuff that created him, and his claws are actually attached to the gloves, so he doesn't actually have the claws that come out and retract and stuff. They're onto his gloves, so he puts his gloves on and he has his claws. He can't get rid of them or anything without taking his gloves off and stuff. So that's kind of an interesting detail for this original version of Wolverine and stuff. Of course, he came out and fought with the Hulk and stuff, so that's very cool there for Wolverine. Oh, and I forgot to point out his mouth there with the canine teeth sticking out and stuff. Look very cool there. But I just love this version of Wolverine. So that's gonna be it for this pop video of the first appearance of X-Men characters. Of course, in the back here we have the original 5 X-Men team from X-Men number 1 in 1963, and then the first appearance of Wolverine from Incredible Hulk 181. So again, very cool pops here. There's no real issues with any of these characters. The only things I wish Wolverine had a base so he'd be a little more stable, but beyond that, they all look pretty good. Not too many paint issues or anything going on with them. They all just look fantastic, and I'm super excited that they made these and that I was able to get them. So I hope you enjoyed them as well. If you did, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. Let me know if you got them, and then if you did, who is your favorite X-Men character? Be sure to let me know that in the comments down below. Leave a thumbs up, and of course subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to submit your questions to Ask ANS down in the comments below. Don't forget to leave hashtag Ask ANS with whatever your question. Could be an X-Men related question, like who do you think is the best X-Men, something like that. Don't forget to ask that question down below in the comments. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.